Hello once again, everybody. This is Rich with High Percent Trading. Today's short video is going to show how to trade institutional algorithms with the prevailing trend. Now, if you've been following some of these institutional algorithm bands that we've shown the last several weeks here at High Percent Trading, you've seen a couple of different methods that we like to utilize in trading. Now, this method I'm going to show today, several traders like to use it, because it's a fairly simple and straightforward approach to trading. The only filter that you use on this is the trend. And in this case, the trend is determined by the midband of this indicator. This indicator is the dynamic trend indicator. And basically it tells us whether the trend is up or down at any given moment. Now, this is the pit open right here at just 6:30 a.m. Pacific. That's 9:30 Eastern. And at this time, this midband was blue, indicating that not only was the trend up, but this was the strongest type of uptrend that you get because we had just made new session highs. Anytime the midband is blue like this, it indicates that we've made new session highs. Right about 6:30, there was an institutional algorithm band that was presented right here. And so, quite simply, regardless of whatever the arrow filters might be or anything else, we've covered that before, the simple and straight approach is just to go long when either the market, in this case, closes above the institutional algorithm band, or if it was below it, if it closes back into it, provided that the stop is a relatively small amount. And I'll try to demonstrate what I mean by that in a moment, okay? But at this point in time, here's 6:30 a.m. Pacific. This is the institutional algorithm band here, and this was a long trade, a nice trade to the upside, moving up, and again making a new session highs. We pulled back. Had we gotten a little bit deeper back here, we would have been looking again for long entries. But then notice about 20 minutes after the pit open, there was a second institutional algorithm band that was presented, and this was the long trade entry here. This was a long trade through here. Now, what I meant by keeping it relatively short, as far as your stops are concerned, is you notice is if you come up and close in the band, you've got to have a reasonable stop. Generally, those stops are going to be below the last swing that we just came up from, in this case on a long. But you don't want it to be too large, so what we do use is the other side of this band for a limit. So in other words, the stop cannot be in excess of one band width. So this trade was okay. As we came down to here, notice we actually dropped almost two bands. So on the way back up again, the risk on this trade is too large to take. However, as we came back through the bottom again and then closed up, this is a tolerable risk. This risk you can take because it is one bandwidth or less. And so this was your long entry right here. Again, went up, made new highs on the session. The market pulled back, and as we came back in, either your entry was here or here. Either way, your stop would have been under here on a closed basis. The stop was not hit. Notice it came back down again, retested the band, and moved up. So again, you're just profiting with the trend as we're moving up. Now, even though it stopped shading, these bands are still in effect. You can see that there was there's two small horizontal lines here indicating that band is still in effect. And again, as we came down through it and then closed up, that's a long entry. As we came down underneath it and closed up, again, that's a long entry. For some of you who follow us, you'll also notice that this was a phantom entry right to the tick. And this market moved up smartly after that, went basically up coast to coast, a nice big move, resulting in about 90 ticks of profit. As we continued to move on, we had another algorithm band here. We stuck the nose just below the bottom of the band, so another nice entry right here, moving up to new highs, another entry here, moving up to new highs. Again, another algorithm band here as we moved up into it, long. As we moved up in here, long again. And continuing with the trade, again, the same basic setup. Again, even though it stopped shading, we had another long entry here, and then one more here, because this one just qualified for the risk assessment. And then as the market continued to move, there was another algorithm band that was prepared here. This is as we speak now. This was a small entry here. Now this one did not produce enough profit, and then notice what happened as we dropped down through here. All right, the risk is too large at this point in time because we're more than one bandwidth away. So this trade entry is not a valid trade entry because the reward to risk doesn't meet the qualification. So there you have it. That was an entire morning session of trading showing the Russell. Every one of those trades, for the most part, I think with the exception of maybe one, all resulted in some very nice profits. And I believe the one that we're talking about is the very one here at the end. We always stress here at High Percent Trading that trading is not a marathon. Trading is all about patience, discipline, and timing. You have to have the discipline to trade the setups and not vary from that. You have to have the patience to wait for them, the discipline to enforce your rules, and the timing to trigger the trade, and of course use proper stop management. Also, we have a saying here at High Percent Trading, when you're nicely green, turn off the machine, and that means you don't want to overtrade. Most of you should be setting goals, and when you get close to your goals or exceed the goals, you should basically be stopping your trading for the rest of the day. So I hope this was beneficial to you. Again, this was just a different look as to how to trade institutional algorithm bands, a very simple approach, only with the major trend. And you can see, that old adage, your trend is a friend, the trend is your friend, certainly is an adage here. So again, I hope this was beneficial. Hope everybody has a nice day. Thanks for watching, and hope to see and talk to a lot of you soon. Thanks again, everyone. Bye for now.